A state lawmaker is receiving backlash for comments he made during a hearing this week on whether to declare racism a public health crisis in Ohio. State Senator Steve Huffman used an outdated and offensive term for African Americans and asked if they might be more susceptible to COVID-19 because they don't wash their hands as well as other groups. News 5's Olivia Fecto tells us the ACLU says Huffman must own up to his remarks and step down.
State Senator Stephen Huffman is an emergency room physician and represents a district in the Dayton area. He was employed by the company Team Health, but after learning of his comments during a Senate Health, Human Services, and Medicaid committee hearing this week, the company tells News 5 he's been fired. Now, some are saying he should lose his job at the State House, too, demanding he resign.
Could it just be that African Americans or the colored population do not wash their hands as well as other groups, or wear masks, or do not socially distance themselves?
The executive director of the Ohio Commission on Minority Health said that wasn't the case.
That is not the opinion of leading medical experts in this country.
She says medical experts agree there are existing racial disparities in chronic conditions and underlying issues that make these populations more vulnerable.
Do all populations need to wash their hands? Absolutely, sir. But that is not where you are going to find the variance and the rationale for why these populations are more vulnerable.
Senator Huffman's statement was not only egregious, it was heartless, insensitive, and grossly racist.
Jay Bennett Guess is the executive director of the ACLU of Ohio. He says Huffman's words were disrespectful of the racial disparities that exist in healthcare and why Black and brown communities have been disproportionately affected by COVID-19.
For him to callously disregard science as a medical doctor, it was just callous and ignorant and racist.
Guest says the language Huffman used to refer to African Americans was also offensive.
For his word choice, it revealed a lack of education and integrity and a lack of commitment to understanding the legacy of racism in this country.
Guest says Huffman must take full responsibility, apologize, and step down or be removed.
We need lawmakers to step up and say that public officials must be held accountable for these kind of egregious comments.
Olivia Fecto, News 5.